Welcome to Manchester Vibes, your one-stop channel for everything happening in the heart of Manchester. From the latest updates on the Red Devils and update news. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim ready to launch move to sign 23-year-old Liverpool transfer target. Reports. Ruben Amorim, ready to steal Arne Slot's transfer target as Man United boss demands signing. Ruben Amorim drew his first match in charge of Manchester United on Sunday afternoon. Ruben Amorim is reportedly interested in one of Arne Slot's Liverpool transfer targets after demanding Manchester United to make new signings. 39-year-old Amorim took charge of United for the first time on Sunday afternoon as the Red Devils took on newly promoted Ipswich Town at Portman Road. However, the Portuguese's first taste of English football ended in disappointment as Omari Hutchinson's 43rd-minute stunner cancelled out Marcus Rashford's goal in the second minute. On the back of the 1-1 draw with Ipswich, it has been claimed that United could bring in some new players. As reported by UTD District, transfer specialist Fabrizio Romano said, Manchester United will sign a new left-back. Ruben Amorim is playing with the back three, but Man United wants to go for a proper left-back. Ruben Amorim is very happy with Diogo Dalot in terms of the player, as he is professional, can play several positions, is top leader, a big professional, but they need a player who can cover that position on a regular basis. He added, a new player in that position, left back, remains a top priority, and from what I'm hearing even after the Ipswich game, the message from Ruben Amorim to Manchester United management is we need a player in left position in 2025. Could be January, could be summer, based on opportunities, based on price, based on several factors, but Man United want to go for a player in that position. As reported by The Sun, United are interested in Wolverhampton Wanderers left-back Ryan Ait-Nouri, who has also been linked with Liverpool. Earlier in the month, it was claimed that Liverpool are interested in Ait-Nouri and could sign the 23-year-old in a cut-price deal. The report by The Sun has suggested that United could tempt Ait-Nouri by offering an upgrade on his current £33,000 per week deal. Looking ahead to the future, Amorim stated that his players must take risks in order to make progress. He said, it is hard for the players in 3 days to try to cope with everything, but we have two ways. We forget about the new idea, and I think that's why I was brought here in the middle of the season, and we try to cope with what they are used to doing. And next year, at the same stage, we will be here with the same problems. Or we start now, we risk a little bit, we suffer a little bit, and next year we will be better at this point. So we have to risk it a little bit. Victor Gyökeres has finally made up his mind on the club he wants to join in blockbuster transfer. Victor Gyökeres has been linked with a move away from Sporting Clube de Portugal. Man United step up pursuit of Sporting CP star amid Man City interest. Manchester United have stepped up their interest in one of Sporting CP's best players, according to Daily Mail. The Red Devils have had an underwhelming campaign and the board recently parted ways with manager Erik ten Hag as a result. The club have confirmed Ruben Amorim as his successor from Sporting CP. The Portuguese appears keen on a reunion with striker Victor Gyökeres. Daily Mail claim that United have stepped up their pursuit of the marksman. They had scouts in attendance to watch him against Arsenal yesterday. However, United are not alone in the transfer battle. Manchester City are among other clubs who were tracking the 26-year-old in action on Tuesday night. United could have upper hand in Gyökeres' race. The former Coventry City striker has been a revelation for Sporting CP with 67 goals from just 69 outings. He netted 43 goals and provided 15 assists from 50 outings last term. The elite-level striker has fared much better this campaign with 24 goals and 4 assists from 20 appearances. Gyökeres barely offered an attacking threat against the Gunners yesterday, but he would still represent a massive upgrade on Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee for United. Højlund has huge potential, but the Denmark ace needs a couple of more seasons at the top level before he can evolve into a consistent goalscorer for the Red Devils. He could be a perfect understudy for Gyökeres, with Zirkzee likely to depart next summer. Gyökeres has all the traits to succeed Amorim's 3-4-2-1 setup. He can hold up play, create chances, and score goals. He also possesses an aerial presence with plenty of pace. He has a £84 million release clause in his contract with Sporting CP, but has a gentleman's agreement to leave the Portuguese champions for around £63 million next summer. Amorim's presence could be a huge factor in convincing Gyökeres to move to Old Trafford. Dortmund. Man Utd take lead in race for 52M rated PSG transfer target. Christopher Nkunku has been linked with both Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain, with reports hinting that his time at Chelsea, who signed him for £52 million in 2023, could end. However, these two clubs aren't the only ones interested in the 27-year-old. Florian Plettenberg of Sky Sports Germany recently reported that Nkunku isn't planning a move during the winter transfer window. However, if his playing time doesn't improve by the summer, he may consider exploring new opportunities. Last week, Goal reported that Nkunku has been advised to leave Chelsea and head to Manchester United. Despite this, The Athletic states that although Nkunku is frustrated with his limited game time, he's not actively pushing for a transfer at the moment. Two clubs take the lead in the Christopher Nkunku race. Fischages reported on Tuesday that Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund are both keen on signing the talented French player. Both clubs are said to be exploring the possibility of negotiating his transfer, knowing he's open to a move in search of more playing time and visibility. At the same time, Chelsea could be at a crossroads. Despite Nkunku being one of their major signings in 2023, uncertainty over his future may push the club to make a key decision in the upcoming transfer window. As 2025 draws near, Victor Gyökeres is attracting interest from several European clubs, and Sporting Lisbon is set to sell its star striker. Nonetheless, it appears one club has their plan ready to push for the Swedish standout. According to Loic Tanzi of L'Equipe, Paris Saint-Germain are keeping a close eye on Gyökeres, with plans to pursue him in the summer of 2025. PSG's sporting advisor, Luis Campos, has reportedly already contacted the striker's representatives. Meanwhile, the Daily Briefing reveals that Manchester United are also in the race, with coach Ruben Amorim, who previously worked with Gyökeres in Lisbon, pushing for the transfer. The Premier League clubs seem eager to make their move. To add further intrigue, Diario AS reports that Manchester United are willing to trigger Gyökeres' €100 million release clause to bring him to Old Trafford. Barcelona have a plan ready to secure Victor Gyökeres. Barcelona are actively searching for a striker to eventually succeed Robert Lewandowski, with Gyökeres being one player who has been on their radar for some time. According to Sport, Barcelona have a plan to get the Swede, sign Gyökeres for a figure close to €70 million and leave him on loan at Sporting for another season. Although the player's release clause is €100 million, the Blaugrana club believe that the Swede could leave for a lower figure, and this formula would allow Lewandowski to maintain his role as leader of the Blaugrana attack for another year, while the Sporting striker continues to triumph in Portugal and Europe. Man United gifted golden chance to sign Joshua Zirkzee replacement in January. He is perfect for Ruben Amorim. Joshua Zirkzee started his Manchester United career with a bang, but his form has plummeted ever since. Manchester United and Ineos kick-started the summer transfer window by striking a £36 million deal to sign Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna. The Red Devils were forced to rely heavily on Rasmus Højlund up front last season, so a striker was at the top of United's shopping list. Everything was looking rosy when Zirkzee scored on his debut against Fulham. But since then, the 23-year-old has failed to add to his tally despite making 18 appearances this season. It has already been suggested that Ruben Amorim was really frustrated with Zirkzee for his poor positioning against Ipswich, and his days as a United player could be numbered. Joshua Zirkzee linked with Man United exit in January. Ideally, Ineos want Amorim to improve Zirkzee, but at the same time there have been reports that patience is already running thin when it comes to the Dutchman's future. Juventus have shown an interest in Zirkzee and a potential deal in January if they cannot convince Dusan Vlahovic to stay. The intensity and pace of Premier League football doesn't appear to suit Joshua Zirkzee, and a move to Turin would allow him to reunite with Bologna boss Thiago Motta. Reports claim that Juventus chiefs have already spoke to Zirkzee's agent about a potential move, but United would likely need a striker replacement if they allowed Zirkzee to leave in 2025. Golden chance for Man United to sign Evan Ferguson. If a striker is needed, United must sign Victor Gyökeres to reunite him with Amorim at Old Trafford. There is an agreement that allows the Swedish striker to leave for just £63 million, but Sporting's president said Gyökeres will only leave in the summer. If Xerxes is to leave in January, a golden opportunity has just presented itself to United in the shape of Evan Ferguson. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wanted to sign Ferguson for United last summer, but Brighton valued Ferguson at £100 million at the time, so the Red Devils looked elsewhere. According to The Telegraph, Ferguson is now available on loan in January after falling down the pecking order at Brighton.it, would be a risk given that Ferguson has only made one appearance this season. But just last year he was considered as one of the most exciting talents in the Premier League and was scoring hat-tricks in the top flight. He also has a lot of characteristics that suggest he would suit Amorim's system. Ferguson is physical, good at pressing, and is a good focal point in the 18-yard box. If United's budget is set to shrink in 2025, a loan move for Ferguson is not the worst idea.